Hey MTV, I'm Brody Meisel. Thanks for the opportunity to try out to interview Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. I'm from a small town called Hennifer, Utah. It's up by Park City, Utah. I've been down here at Dixie for 5 years. I'm a senior and I'm studying integrated studies with an emphasis in English and human communication. I'm also student body president. The reason I want to interview Macklemore and Ryan Lewis is I'm a huge fan of both artists. I started listening to Macklemore about 2 years ago when I heard his album Language in My World, and I fell in love with his lyrics. Then when I started listening to his collaborations with Ryan Lewis, it just resonated with me. It reminded me of my childhood, growing up playing with Nerf guns and the original Nintendo. And it harkens back to when I used to listen to, or the first time that I listened to the Beastie Boys or Wu-Tang Clan or A Tribe Called Quest. It's also really important to me because myself and the executive council were the ones that brought Macklemore to campus. And so it would really kind of bring things full circle for us if I had the opportunity to interview these two artists. The 5 questions I have are for both Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. The first one is for Macklemore. So Macklemore, your music has literally inspired a generation. Songs like Same Love have provided insight into our generation's human rights movement. What inspires you to write the words you do, and what's the writing process like for you? This next question is for Ryan Lewis. Ryan, music sounds like you condensed our generation's childhood into drums, horns, and record scratches. Where do you find your inspiration, and what's your background in music and art? Macklemore, I noticed that you're recently engaged to your girlfriend of 7 years. I too am recently engaged to my girlfriend of 7 years. And so my question for you is, would you and Trisha like to double date sometime? And follow up, if so, what would we do for our date? This question's for both of you. In your song 10,000 Hours, you have kind of conflicting ideas about formalized education. But what advice do you have to students going to college now and those thinking about attending college in the future? And the final question is for both of you. Your music is meant to inspire the youth, so if you had only one message you could deliver to the youth and to your fans, what would it be? So I have a lot of professional experience interviewing. I produced a feature-length documentary that was comprised of interviews. I also interview people every week on my radio talk show. But aside from that, and aside from me being a huge fan, the biggest characteristic that I have is I love to have fun. I love to be lighthearted and joke around. I'm actually a stand-up comedian, and I would love the opportunity to make this a unique and fun experience for MTV and for Dixie State College. Thanks again, MTV, and I hope to hear from you soon.